Alright, Travis Wayne Goodsell. It's right before my run, and today's the day that the U.S. Postal Service will have delivered my lawsuit complaint to the church lawyers, Curtin and McConkie. And so this is, I was born and raised in the church, going on 50 years. I'm suing the church because they committed crimes against me, serious crimes against me, and they just won't stop. They have control over their whole associates all down the line throughout the whole state of Utah. I am not allowed to pursue my translation work in peace. They will not let me. I cannot be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints living in the state of Utah and publish my ancient Egyptian and Paleo-Hebrew research. They do not like it. Sam, I am. And so I have no choice but to sue, because they will not stop. They will not leave me alone. And so the lawsuit, in short, is just that. It's the crimes committed against me, which are mostly because I'm a translator, and I've got evidence back to the beginning in 1998 when they blacklisted me, that they had me disappeared. Now, disappeared is strange if you've never seen a gangster, mafia, mob boss movie where they have their opponents, their rats. It's the year of the rat in China. They have them disappeared. Witnesses in court disappeared. And that's the horrifying thing, is that the church I was born and raised in, going on 50 years, I was 38 when they disappeared me. And then I get out, wasn't supposed to get out, wasn't supposed to reappear. I find out that there's this Amazon publishing company, so I publish all my research. Try to figure it out. They don't allow the ancient fonts, so there's problems there on Kindle, but I'm able to publish. And the church comes after me again. And then I find out that they'd been paying the key person that they had who made me disappear. They'd been paying them. So I file the lawsuit. I notify the judge that they're paying this person. And then I catch the church trying to cover it up to show that there is no direct payment to this person anymore. It's just unbelievable. So that's the meat of the case, and the church has no wind. They had me disappeared. They paid the person to disappear me. It's open and shut. I didn't go after the religion. I didn't say, well, Brigham Young changed it to Adam as Heavenly Father, and then they denounced him, and so that's wrong. No, it has nothing to do with the religion. It's the crimes. And I probably would have never come up with the payment of tithing as a protectionist racket. It wasn't until I realized what they did to me was gangster material. And as I look over the RICO Act laws, that's when I realized, hey, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, oh, wow, tithing, oh, it's not a donation. And so when we as Mormons go out and serve missions, and we recruit people to the church, we pay out of our pocket. The church doesn't pay us to go out. That's what we had to try to convince people of out in the mission field. Oh, you're rich. The church pays you to go on missions. Give us the money. Reparations, man. Sorry, we paid ourselves. I have no money. Specifically, I had no money because my parents were strict Mormons. And so when the mission says that you're only supposed to live within your means, other missionaries got extra money from home, from family and friends. I was all by myself. So I lost 50 pounds on my mission because of my parents' strictness. And at some point on my mission, I was, while in the Bronx, other than Otar's dinners, there were weeks where I had just the change that I had scrounged off the streets. Literally. I mean, my other companions were like, how'd you find that? I was right ahead of you. But Little Debbie brownies was what I lived off of. But so yeah, there's other counts that I was able to throw in against the church, because once I realized this ain't the church of God if they're attacking me, a loyal, faithful member. And yeah, your eyes get opened to all the crimes that they're committing. And I finally got around to doing my own research of the church. And that's led to some eye-opening revelations that no one else has discovered. With the real reason why the Book of Mormon was written, plagiarized, why it was plagiarized. Other critics just say, oh yeah, it was plagiarized from that book, and 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 that book. And they stop. They don't stop to say, wait a minute, why? Why these books? You're supposed to, but they don't. I did, and I know why now. Coded. But yeah, I mean, the whole Freemason stuff, didn't know anything about it. I heard the rumors, but didn't know anything about it. Now I do. And most people think, oh yeah, Freemasonry is all the same. You just combine them together, they're all the same. No. No. Big difference between the two main groups, Scottish Rites and York Rites. Smiths were York Rites. The highest rank is Knights Templar. Scottish Rites, not Knights Templar, more rankings. They're the ones with the 33 degrees, the 32 being the highest rank. They're the ones with the Illuminati symbolisms. So when you go to the church's sites, talking about, oh yeah, Freemasonry in the church, that's why the inverted pentagram, that's where it comes from, is Freemasonry, and it's the link between Freemasonry and the church, the symbolisms of light, and no, it's the Illuminati infiltrating the Scottish Rites Masonry and using the symbols of Lucifer in the Scottish Rites, not the York Rites. So the church is trying to cover up the fact that the Mormon church is the Church of Lucifer. Remember Nauvoo Temple? Built and designed after Joseph's death. Inverted pentagram. Dedicated on the anniversary of the Illuminati, if you still need more proof. Those are some of the shocking things I learned by doing my own research. And so yes, the Seagull Gate Illuminati, Scottish Rites Illuminati, the temples of Brigham Young. That's why. The church was cooed, just like America got cooed by the Russians, who have the symbol seal of the Scottish Rites Illuminati, the two-headed eagle. The conspiracy theories that everybody has misinterpreted, they're actually true. And so yeah, I've been talking to you guys about the Albert Pike, Scottish Rites Illuminati, who writes the letter to Giuseppe Mazzini, says, hey, this is how we're going to destroy the world. 3 wars. The third war, we destroy Christianity. How do we destroy Christianity? We prove to them that their God is not real. We get them to bring about the war. And they, in bringing it about, will manifest there is no God of theirs. They created a false God. And they know they created a false God because it's simple, Mormons. When you change your God into a supernatural being who cannot be known by the physical world, it means that being cannot enter the physical world. And if you claim that it does, once it does, it all of a sudden has to comply to the laws of physics. It can't violate the laws of physics. Oh no, it's magic! No. You created a being that cannot be proven, and Constantine did it specifically for the purpose of never proving it, so that everybody will be in bondage to his religion. He created God, and everyone fell for it. The Jews and Islam also. They changed their God to the Constantine God, after Constantine said, this is our God. Allah, Elohim. They changed the definition of Elohim. So when they wrote the Hebrew text of the Bible, they conformed it to the Septuagint, even though the Septuagint was correct to use the masculine singular form. But the Jews turned Elohim into the plural magistry. scam went round the world. And the Illuminati knew it. Because they worked for Lucifer. They knew. So, yeah, today the lawyers will be receiving the lawsuit. They have until midnight of the 30th of March. Monday, the 30th. Because according to the law that I had to attach to the paperwork with them, it's when I mail it, not when they receive it. Because they can't claim, hey, we never got it. You didn't certify it for us to sign it. No, I don't need to. Law says I don't need to. Just regular first class. I mailed it. It's in the mail. You guys have to respond by midnight of the 30th. So on Tuesday, the 31st, if they fail to respond, again, I win. Yes, again. Because the judge in the case forced me to do this process. I didn't know I could do this process. But yeah, this is how it's done. Is that I initially filed for informa pauperis, and all court fees are supposed to be waived, so that when it comes time to serve the defendant, the judge says, oh, informa pauperis, okay, here's an order for the U.S. Marshals to deliver it. Oops. And because of what the church has turned me into because of the disappearance, I've got extra protections in the law, which the judge also was made aware of in the informa pauperis papers. And she's still refusing. That's how serious this is for the judge, but for the whole case. And so those who don't get to file informa pauperis, they typically would pay a process server. But I couldn't find the money, but then while searching for some other subject, came across that law instead. And yeah, it's called a waiver of summons or service. Rule number 4D. So, alright, I've got to go running. I'll upload this video after. I don't have coronavirus. That's what I'm concerned of. The coronavirus will make people paranoid and check everybody. I don't have it. I have a breathing problem. It's a pre-existing condition. But people are going to think that I have the coronavirus because of my natural weakness of respiratory problems. So, yay. They may get me disappeared again after all.